All right, guys, back at it again. Today, we're going to analyze this $1 million fourplex. It's 3,440 square feet, built in 1942. Let's analyze the rents, see how much cash flow you can get, and let's see if you should buy it. All right, so here's a couple pictures of the outside. Notice here that they don't have any pictures of the interior of the property. That's very key because what you're really trying to look at is, are these units upgraded or not? And if they're not, then there's a value add opportunity there. But since they didn't show any pictures of the interior, which is common in multifamily properties because there's tenants living in it, judging by the outside of the units, I would say they're probably not upgraded. Okay, so this is the rent roll. Let's break this down. So there are 4 units. Each unit is 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 860 square feet each. So that's a very small 3 bedroom, 1 bath. And rents look like they're about $1,600, $1,550, $1,500, and $1,575. So a total rent roll of $6,225. Another thing to consider here is that they have the total expenses at $21,819. Insurance at $1,600, which is good, is about for the area, but you probably end up paying more because insurance is going up for multifamily. And wow, $12,340 a year, which is roughly about $1,000 a month on utilities, water, sewer, garbage. Now, there's an opportunity here with water, sewer, garbage. You could probably put that onto the tenant, and so that the tenant pays the water, sewer, garbage, so you could save $12,000 a month. So that's something to think about. I also want to point out here that this agent wrote that the cap rate is 6%. If you do the math, which is net operating income over purchase price, the net operating income is $34,700 divided by $1 million. I don't need to pull out my calculator. I know that's 3.4% cap rate, and they wrote 6%. So this is why you have to run your own numbers, because the numbers that are given you most of the time are bullshit. They're not correct numbers. You need to make sure, do your due diligence. Even these rent rolls that they're showing, you need to ask for the leases. But obviously that's once you get under contract and once you work with an experienced agent that knows how to buy multifamily property, so you don't get, a raw deal on multifamily like this. Okay, so let's break down the mortgage numbers here. So $1 million purchase price, $200,000 down, 7% interest rate. That's being very conservative. $7,838 for the insurance, $1,500 for the insurance, and $7,838 was tax, $1,500 for the insurance. You're looking at $6,101. Now let's go back. Let's go back and see that the total monthly income was $6,225. Now, in that $6,225, you still got to take out water, sewer, garbage, which is another $1,000. So you would be in the red for $1,000 plus if you buy this property for $1 million. So is this a buy or not? Probably not. You're already in the red. Now, you can go in and try to do value add, upgrade each unit, probably increase the rent, but for 860 square feet, you're paying $1,600. It's almost $2 a square foot for that area. That's pretty high. So I don't see how you could do value add there. Another thing to look at is maybe you could save $12,000 a year and put the $12,340 that you're paying in water, sewer, garbage as the owner. Put that out on the tenant, maybe do ratio utility, and then you put that on the tenant, and then when you do that, then you could save $12,000 a year. But even with that $12,000 saved a year, you're still at $6,100 plus maintenance plus vacancy. There's really no cash flow, so this deal is a pass. And another thing I want to point out with this deal is that just because it's a pass, it's not means that you shouldn't buy it. In the Seattle area, it's very hard to cash flow any type of property. So if you were to buy a property like this, it would probably be like a house hack situation where you live in one of the units, rent out the other 3 units, and then go on from there. And based off of appreciation, take equity out of the property, buy another property. It would have to be a situation like that instead of just buying it and not living in it and hoping to cash flow. That is going to be very rough because you're already sitting at $2 a square foot. So this property, if you're going to house hack it, maybe, possibly you could try to make it work. If you're going to buy it just to cash flow, it's a pass.